Stakeholder Education Plan, Evidence-Based Culturally Sensitive DASH Diet by Lania John. Culturally Tailored DASH Diet. What is the DASH Diet? The DASH Diet is a blended diet that incorporates fruits, vegetables, nuts, whole grains, fish, chicken, lean meat, low-fat dairy foods. It also calls for the reduction of saturated fat, total fat, and cholesterol. This diet has proved to be effective in the control of hypertension and weight loss. Why does it need to be culturally modified? Despite the proven beneficial effects of the DASH diet on the African American population, poor adherence continues to be a barrier to the incorporation of this recommended lifestyle change. Research suggests that a culturally tailored diet may increase compliance. Aim of proposed project. To answer the question, does a culturally tailored DASH diet compared with just the DASH diet decrease body mass index, decrease blood pressure, and increase adherence to DASH diet amongst obese African Americans with hypertension at a community church within 90 days? Targeted adults 21 years or older, African American, body mass index 25 to 39.9, systolic blood pressure 130 to 159 millimeters per mercury, diastolic blood pressure 85 to 99 millimeters per mercury, and must be literate. Excluding people with diabetes, renal disease, heart failure, alcohol or substance abuse, dementia, or schizophrenia. Background and significance. African Americans are 40% more likely to have hypertension and less likely to have controlled blood pressure. African Americans in 2011 were shown to be 1.5 times more likely to be obese. As you can see, African Americans are disproportionately affected in a high risk population. Studies show the African American population is more likely to trust health information that comes from the church. The church is an optimal place to perform this project. Identify stakeholders: nutritionist, church leader, pastor, participants from the church, and nurse facilitator. Stakeholders' role in project. Nurse facilitator. Complete 2 individual one-on-one sessions, complete 9 group sessions, facilitate data collection at baseline, 6-week, and 12-week mark, complete 2 focus groups prior to implementation. Project leader. Nutritionist will create video on acceptable substitution for DASH diet, post video on church website, available via email for additional questions, collect 6 24-hour diet recalls, 3 at baseline and 3 at follow-up. First one is in person and the remaining are via telephone. Review self-monitoring logs and takes directives from the nurse facilitator. Stakeholders' role in projects. Pastor announces met goals, endorses the culturally tailored DASH diet into health promotion teachings during and after project is over, final approval of project, delegate what church appointed leaders will participate. These 7 areas include fellowship, administration, music, mission, instruction, light, and youth. Encourages participation, leader of the church. Church appointed leaders or appointed staff, reinforcement of use of this lifestyle modification to the participants, reiterating the good results of feeling better and controlling high blood pressure through self-efficacy, suggestion of volunteers with known strengths, fundraising activities, allocation of supplies, encourage participation, and takes directives from the pastor and the nurse facilitator. Stakeholder role and project. Participants. Practice self-efficacy, access church websites for updates, watch videos, DVDs, follow all guidelines, ask questions, keep weekly self-monitoring logs, utilize only the recipes outlined in the project, read Dash of Soul cookbooks, complete all paperwork. Stakeholders' educational needs. Nurse facilitator. Knowledge of all aspects of the project, working knowledge of the church's family organizational structure and the leaders of each area, knowledge of how to take blood pressure, BMI measurements, DASH adherence scores, knowledge of all data collection tools such as questionnaires and software, knowledge of how to send and receive emails, nutritionist, knowledge of how to post videos to church website, knowledge of how to send and receive emails, knowledge of the nutritional components of the DASH diet, knowledge of the use of visual aid and prompts in diet recall, review of all diet material, DVDs, cookbooks, session topics. Stakeholders' educational needs, pastor, overview of the project, participants' requirements, where and what time meetings, groups, and individual sessions will be held, goals of project, sustainability plan after the project is complete, knowledge of how to send and receive emails, church appointed leaders or appointed staff, knowledge of the DASH diet, definition of self efficacy, list of supplies needed, knowledge of the budget, knowledge of how to send and receive emails. Stakeholders' educational needs, participants, knowledgeable about what the DASH diet is, health benefits, risk education, informed consent, knowledge of how to complete questionnaires, knowledge of requirements for participation in the project, knowledge of how to access church website and play videos on website, knowledge of how to operate DVD player. Culture change theory is highly utilized by organizations implementing change in 8 steps. Establish a sense of urgency. Communicate devastating statistics dramatically and remind stakeholders that their loved ones are a part of these statistics. Form a power coalition. Collaborate with the pastor to identify strong leaders in the church that may be able to convince church members to participate in the project. Develop a vision and strategy. Promote the positive impact on health and foster feedback from team members. Communicate the vision of change. Communication has been proven key in decreasing uncertainty in organizations. Facilitator will keep lines of communication open, fostering shared vision. Empower team members for broad-based action. Barriers to change are removed so action can begin. Some barriers may include money to purchase food items on the list. One suggestion might be to collect an offering for those who cannot afford the diet. Generate short-term wins. Keep team motivated by having participants share their testimonies with the congregation at the 1 month mark. Consolidate the gains and produce more change. Continue reinforcement of the use of this lifestyle modification. 8. Anchor new approaches in the culture. Church now incorporates and endorses the culturally tailored DASH diet into health promotion teaching. Implementation plan. The nurse facilitator will schedule all meetings with the pastor, church leaders via email. The nurse facilitator will conduct individual group sessions weekly for 20 minutes at designated time from the instruction leader. All meetings will be announced by pastor during Sunday services. Additional bulletins will be placed on the church website and paper programs. All interventions will take place at the Church Empowerment Center. Pastor and church leaders or appointed staff, participants, nutritionists, nurse facilitator will be given a chance to voice opinions at the focus groups prior to the start of the project. The nurse facilitator will meet with the team weekly, which will allow them to give feedback on problems reported or encountered in implementation. All booklets, binders, DVDs, and cookbooks will be given to participants in initial individual sessions. Participants will be allowed to give testimonies during Sunday worship at the 4 week mark. Potential value. Direct involvement potentially decreasing morbidity and mortality amongst African Americans. Participants' adoption of healthier lifestyle. Provides an avenue for the church to meet goals of making external impact. Avoidance of costs is $18,693 a year to hospitalize an individual with hypertension. Thank you.